So all of the data, I mean, how do you define, is it going to be the entire application data, whichever is at rest or in transit, all of it needs to be encrypted? And also in terms of IAC, how do you define the boundaries? Okay, how do you define those policies?
So I think that's a good question. So the idea that all of your data has to be encrypted, right? Ideally, yes. But of course, there are costs associated to it, right? When you encrypt data at rest, it ultimately becomes a problem of key management, right? So that means that you have to have additional investment either through some cryptographic material provider or manage your keys yourself. But you have to have an additional investment to make sure that everything is encrypted. Then you have the right mechanisms and security applied to have the keys secured. It also brings an additional overhead in terms of performance because then you have to encrypt and decrypt everything, all of this, right? So all of this really depends on the context your application is operating in, right? So you have to balance out where you can sacrifice performance versus where there is critical data that no one should access. For example, if there's a banking application and customer data is in there, you can't not have it encrypted. You always have to have encrypted, and whatever the cost, you have to make sure that that data does not go unencrypted either at rest or in transit. In terms of ISC, how that can help in all of this is, right, it can help you to enforce policies. For example, right, like cloud providers have these storage things, like Google Cloud Storage or AWS S3. There are mechanisms you can enforce policies that anything that is stored at rest in these storage solutions will have to be encrypted, right? So that's where ISC can help you define and enforce those policies, but it still has to come from a security mindset and having the right guardrails and the mindset to essentially secure everything, right? That's where ISC can become a tool to help you enforce those policies.